February 25th, Adam and I have been on a little road trip in and up in Kansas where there's a lot of wind and a lot of fur.
Growing Deer TV is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Also by Reconics, Trophy Rock, Gallagher, Muddy Outdoors, Eagle Seed, Nikon, Winchester Ammunition, Redneck Hunting Blinds, Dead Downwind, and Antler Dirt.
A couple days ago, Adam and I and our friend Jeff Ford left Branson and went down southeast of Tulsa, Oklahoma to do a little coyote hunting. Adam, Jeff, and I had permission to hunt a large cattle ranch southeast of Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the farmer had had 6 mature cows killed by either coyotes or feral dogs last winter. As a wildlife biologist, I'm very concerned about balancing the amount of predators and the amount of prey for the future of sport hunting and game species. But this time of year, predator hunting can do more than just balance that predator-prey ratio. It's a great time to do a service as a sportsman to the community at large, and especially farmers, to help remove some of those predators from those cow-calf operations. What I wasn't considering was when a major front comes through the plain states, it usually pushes rapidly, driven by a strong wind. Strong wind where I live may be 15, 20 miles an hour, but in that part of Oklahoma, a strong wind is 40 miles an hour plus, and I could barely hear Adam next to me, let alone enjoy the coyote hunting. We caught a few glimpses of coyotes, but nothing in shooting range, had a great time with the landowner, and promised to come back under better conditions to help him with his situation. Yesterday, Adam and I drove up to East Central Kansas to meet with John Kraft, who will be an intern at the Proving Grounds this summer, and his family. Going to meet a friend to coyote hunt this afternoon, but on the way we just saw 2 coyotes out in the wheat field. So we're going to try to bring them to you via our little mini camera here. Let's see if we can find them. Now you can see why we use a Fox Pro, because Grant's voice spooked them out of the field instead of calling them closer. John and his father had offered to take us out coyote hunting at some of their areas, and we never pass up a chance to go out and scream at some predators. Round 2, Kansas style. When I'm a guest, I just have a policy of not guiding the guide, so Adam and I just grabbed our gear and followed along, hunting however they chose to hunt. John's father had not used a Fox Pro before, so I allowed him to use it just to check it out. That gave me a chance to sit there and have some great observations. On the first setup, they gave me the privilege of being the point man, so I was ready to roll if some fur showed up. Several minutes into that first setup, I heard David, John's dad, say coyote. Crossed a small drain about 100 yards away. I spotted a coyote standing there in just a little bit of brush. I'm on it if you are. Ready? Ooh. That wasn't any fun. Well, it was fun, but it wasn't fun on my part.
There's another one right there.
John, are you on him? Are you on him, John?
I don't know.
I'm gonna back you up, John. Go ahead when you're ready.
He's in the brush now. You got shut. Let me see. He come from up above.
I pride myself in taking time to sight in and practice because I always want to have ethical shots at animals. It was an easy shot at about 100 yards, and there was a slight bit of brush, but I thought I was clear. Either I pulled off or I deflected, and there's a lesson for all of us in that. It's very... Trying to recreate the view, I don't know.
That's probably where.
Years ago, there were debates about brush guns and which calibers would push through brush better than others. The pass load I was using was just a little bit hotter. Being a researcher, I wanted to solve that problem. So years ago, we took 1/8 inch dowel rods, bored a hole every 1/4 inch in a 2x4, and stuck multiple rods in that 2x4. That would simulate shooting through brush because at just an 1/8 inch gap in between the rods, the bullet would either strike the rod squarely or kind of off center. Using different calibers from a .223 to a .30-06, I was stunned to find out that no bullet or caliber is the ultimate brush gun. All of them deflect if they hit anything. Even though the wind was screaming, 3 out of the 5 sets we went to, multiple coyotes responded into the Fox Pro.
You the man, the myth, the legend.
These wide open spaces in east central Kansas allow you to see a long ways, see that coyote coming, and call the shot way ahead of time. Sun up with a little frost and a lot of wind blowing made for a beautiful setting, but a little bit chilly this morning. John's dad placed a decoy about 100 yards away and turned it on. Placed the collar about 2 feet away from the decoy, got back up on the hillside and started screaming. About 15 minutes into that stand, Adam whispered coyote and we started scanning and seeing where he had spotted that Coyote coming. Coming hard. I'm on him, but I don't know. I think it's about 250. Adam, you on him?
Yep. I'm ready for you.
He's gonna go away. I'm on him. John picked up the movement as the coyote was kind of quartering, trying to get downwind, and I gave him the go-ahead to take the shot. What do we think that is, about 200 yards?
Yeah. Got him.
Got him, rolled him. Give it to me, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Good shot.
Put the hammer down. You heard that one hit, too. Yow. Be looking. Let's see what else we got coming. John got comfortable with the shot, and I heard a pow, and then that great thump you hear when the bullet strikes home. One down, John's dad quickly changed the call to disrupt any local coyotes from being scared, and instantly we heard another one howl out in the distance. How far do you think that? Yeah, how far do you think that is?
Oh gosh, I can't even tell you. 500, 600 yards.
Yeah. I actually spotted that Coyote about 600 yards out, but couldn't get him to close the gap. Congratulations.
Thank you.
February 25th, first set of the morning. Now we're 3 for 3. We've had 3 sets and seen coyotes each time. I missed. Some come behind us, we couldn't do anything, and then you put the fur down.
Well, you know, Kansas did its job. We got you a shot yesterday, but we had to take this morning to be able to connect. We got this female here this morning. She came in about 15 minutes after we started calling. We put a shot on her about 200 yards. She fell in her tracks.
That's right. I mean, just a beautiful pelt, big, thick, winter Kansas pelt. We're going to put this thing over our back, head for the truck, and go to another spot.
Sounds great to me.
John, welcome to the intern program.
Thank you.
All right, pick that thing up and let's get out of here. Grab the collar and get someone else grab the decoy. For those of you that have never had the privilege of seeing prairie chickens strut on a lek, it takes you back instantly to the pre-settlement days, thinking about when wolves and Native Americans are roaming the prairie. A lek is simply an area, usually on a high hilltop of very short grass, where prairie chickens will come into the spring and strut and drum where males compete for mates. Changing habitat and predator populations over the decades have really decreased the prairie chicken populations from flocks of hundreds down to flocks of 20 or 30 at a time. Whatever activities you participate in this week, whether it's collecting fur or collecting antlers, I hope you slow down and really appreciate creation. Thanks for watching GrowingDeer.tv.